How's it going, everyone? My name is George, and I finally have my review of Free Guy done. I do apologize for the delay. Yesterday I was out and I didn't have time to do my review, and today, when I wanted to do my review, it started thunderstorming, and between the thunder being very loud and quite startling, and the power went out for a few seconds, I didn't want to do a review and have the power go out, so I wanted to wait, and I also wanted to wait for my laptop to be fully charged, but it's fully charged, so here's my review of Free Guy. So Free Guy is the newest Ryan Reynolds film, and Ryan Reynolds plays Guy, who at first seems like your ordinary bank worker, but he's really an NPC in a video game called Free City. And one day he finally decides to change his life around, and essentially that we have our movie. And a movie like this, where a video game NPC is the main character and hero, seems like a bizarre concept. And I know video game movies or movies based off the concept of video games can sometimes be iffy. Like, you have some really good to great ones like Wreck-It Ralph, and then you have some horrible ones like Pixels. But Free Guy really surprises. Like, this is one of the biggest surprises in a film that I've seen in the last few years. Like, this takes me back to some of the comedies from the 1990s, like The Truman Show and Groundhog Day. Like, you see some inspiration from some of those films, such as the themes of the character realizing that their life has basically been this lie or this big secret, or, repeating like the same concept every day. Like, I've always enjoyed comedy movies that do these interesting plots that seem bizarre, but like if executed well, and having a highly entertaining actor play the main character, they're executed well. And and Ryan Reynolds, who plays Guy, he's one of my favorite actors. He's very entertaining, likable, charismatic. Like, this is a role meant for him. Like, I can't see anyone else playing this role. He really makes this movie. You also have Jodie Comer, who basically plays two roles. She plays Millie, who had this video game idea, but the people who created Free City took her code, and she's trying to expose them. And she also plays essentially her video game counterpart, the video game character that she's playing, who Guy has a crush on. And Jodie Comer does such a great job in playing these two roles, and like, that's, you would think that that'd be a lot, but she does such a great job at portraying both of them, especially when she's playing her video game character that's more action based, whereas when she's playing her human character, that's more like grounded in a sense. And the main antagonist, Antoine, played by Taika Waititi, um, he can be a little goofy at times. Like, he can be a little over the top, but it's not Don Cheadle over the top like Don Cheadle was in Space Jam: A New Legacy. He was like a lot more entertaining, and really kind of shows like the evil, crummy business side of things when it comes to developing like stuff, especially video games. So basically, like, the concept of Free City is basically heavily inspired by other video games. Like, if you're like a diehard gamer, or if you played certain games that this movie is based on, like, let's say Grand Theft Auto, like, they really pay attention in detail and really pay homage to gaming, to certain video games, and they do a very good job with that. Like, it really feels like a live action video game on the big screen, and I like that they did that. They were very respectful to that concept. The action was really good. The special effects were also very good, and this was a funny film. I feel like comedies at times try too hard, especially more recently, to be funny, where this film, similar to the films that I mentioned, it has similar plots to, like The Truman Show and Groundhog Day, it basically just feels natural. It's not forced, like, it just feels right. And I enjoy comedies that go with that instead of just trying too hard. And yeah, like, the setting's very good. The video game costumes look really good. The special effects, as I mentioned, are really good. I would say, like, the one thing that feels like holds back this film at times is the more real world stuff. Now, the real world scenes aren't bad. They actually do a pretty good job with that. But it feels like when the video game, like when they're in the video game world, Free City, the pacing just feels better. Where once you get into the human world, it feels like it slows down a bit. Like it's essentially like a theme park ride where it's going at a really good pace in some parts, but once it gets to like a certain part, it slows down a bit. But again, the human real world stuff isn't boring. It's not terrible. It's actually pretty good and interesting. Like usually a film with like this bizarre of a concept, or like a concept that would that if handled by someone else that doesn't have the same respect for this as the director and the star Ryan Reynolds did. Like if it was handled by someone else, like the human plot points would just be boring. But they actually make it interesting in it because there's actually a scandal going on about Antoine possibly taking someone's code and taking credit for someone else's work. And again, that connects to real world because that's happened like in real life where people take something that someone else originally created and they're getting credit for that. But yeah, all in all, Free Guy was a very good surprise, a very fun surprise, one of the better comedies in recent years. And yeah, I can't really find anything else much wrong with this film. I thought it was a very good film. And I would like to see more movies like this. Like, we need more movies with these, like, these ideas that might sound a bit bizarre, but if they're executed well and you get the right stars playing those roles, it can work out really well. And I heard Disney is interested in making a sequel to this because it's doing fairly well at the box office so far. So hopefully they do make a sequel, and if not, I think they ended it on a well note. But even if they don't make any more Free Guy movies or go back to this franchise anymore, I do hope that like we get movies that can pull off these kind of things, more movies like this. We need like more films like this, essentially. That's what I'm trying to say. But all in all, I'm gonna give Free Guy an A-. I was leaning towards a B+, but honestly, the more I think about this film, the more I like it. So yeah, I'm gonna give this film an A-. That's how much I enjoyed it. And if you're interested in seeing this film, go check it out. It's been in theaters for a couple weeks. If you feel uncertain because of the pandemic, but you want to see it, wait for it to come out on VOD. But yeah, it's really worth it whether you see it in theaters or VOD. But again, try to support it in any way because money seems like a driving force in Hollywood, and we need to support more stuff like this to get better stuff. But yeah, what do you guys think about Free Guy? Did you see it? Did you like it? Do you think it's overrated? Did you love it? And what's your favorite video game movie or movie based off the concept of video games? Comment below and let me know. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Please share this with someone that likes Free Guy or is interested in seeing Free Guy. And I hope to see you guys real soon. And take care, everyone.